Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Dia Jin and you might be here for the first time ever, or perhaps you used to follow my travel channel by the same name from about 2017 to 2020. So I was trying to think of a tagline for the banner on this YouTube channel, and this phrase came to me vividly and very clearly, and it's begin again. If you think about it, how many times have you had to start over? Perhaps it's starting over a completely new career, or moving to a new home, a new city, getting out of a big relationship and jumping into a new one. And beginnings, albeit exciting, implies the existence of endings. It's inevitable that they go hand in hand. And I think all of us have experienced hesitancy around starting something new. Doesn't matter how small or big. So let's rewind a little bit. I had a YouTube channel, a travel YouTube channel, from about 2018 to 2020, and in which I shared my adventures on the road with you guys, and I shared practical tips and guides to specific destinations for those people that are looking for their own adventure. I left Los Angeles when I was 27, and I spent the following 3 years traveling all over the world. I went to Asia, Southeast Asia, Europe a little bit. I lived in New Zealand for a while, then went back and went to live in Thailand. And as I was coming back home to LA for a quick, layover sort of thing, pick up a few things, that's when the pandemic hit. And me being a travel content creator, pretty much overnight, all of that fell to zero. There was nothing more I could do. I couldn't travel. And then fast forward to 2021, this little funny incident happened in which my channel was hacked and then subsequently deleted. There was nothing I could do. I contacted the team at Google and they were like, sorry. So my channel being deleted felt like a serendipitous ending of a chapter. I was no longer traveling, therefore no longer travel vlogging, and it felt like the book closing the back cover on itself. And I more or less didn't have a say in it, but it felt in the moment like the aligned thing that would happen and for me to move forward. When this happened, I immediately was like, all right, what's next? So I dove into a lot of things like the stock market, learning how to trade, getting a better idea of financial literacy. I got into fitness again. I bought myself a pole for home. I read a lot of books. Basically, I just tried to absorb as much knowledge and information as I could, since I personally wasn't doing any creative output. But I still wanted very much to be involved in this moving world where I was learning all the time, and I did. But more than anything, over the last 2 years, what I felt most was lost. Having the world on lockdown for a couple of years changed a lot of things. For me, it was being back home again. The business and the creative endeavors I was pursuing and my goals and ambition, all the things that I had set these long-term and short-term goals for, became ground zero to start all over. And I was approaching my 30s. I am now 30. And I was without the stimuli and novelty of traveling and new adventures and making silly mistakes on the road and learning from them. All those things had become so ingrained in me as a part of my identity, who I am. And now without it, it wasn't just about what I wanted to do next or what I wanted to create or build next. It was, who am I now? Who am I without those things that I had held on to and knew was a certainty for the last 3 years? I just liked forward momentum. I liked feeling I was making progress, that there was a sense of evolution, whether it's on a very deeply personal level or what I was doing and sharing with the world, how I might be impacting a community, however small or large. And all of that felt like it came to a halt. I tried to ignore it at times, and other times I beat myself up over it. And what I realized was I was my own biggest roadblock. And because I never wanted my creative endeavors or my output, so to speak, my personal output to the world, I wanted it to be valuable. So this idea of me needing to do something that I was more than good enough at, that I was qualified for, stopped me from doing anything at all. Have you ever had an idea or a dream or a goal or something that you wanted to try or start? or attempt, and ultimately at the end, you were your own biggest roadblock. All the fearful thoughts in your head, the inner dialogue, I'm not good enough, I'm not ready, circumstances aren't right, it's too early, it's too late, all those things that put us essentially at the start line and never ever crossing over, never taking that first step. And so that is why I finally decided on a very uneventful, anticlimactic day in January of 2022 to start a new YouTube channel. Because taking a small step for me in this moment feels like a life raft. I've always been a believer that for a lot of things, taking that very first step is the hardest part, and therefore that's why we must do it, even if it doesn't pan out, even if we lose interest, even if we decide to do something completely different along the way. But that very first step, to follow an inkling, to follow a passion, a calling, the first step is oftentimes the hardest. I'm starting this channel because this is my official "f you" statement to my self-doubt, to my own self-defeating inner dialogue that I've had with myself for 2 years. I am tired of it. I'm tired of telling myself I'm not good enough to try this, I'm not good enough to share this, when in fact, because I have always been such an enthusiastic and avid learner of a multitude of subjects, there is so much I know that I can share. And last but not least, because I genuinely believe in taking action with our best intentions. No amount of positive wishing or belief or any of the spiritual manifest law of attraction things will work if I am only sitting here wishing, praying, hoping, and not taking any action. It's kind of like this one scene in Eat, Pray, Love when she's telling a joke about why she decided to travel. And it's this poor man praying to God every day, please, 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 please let me win the lottery. And eventually the God got fed up and he said back to the man, please, please, please go buy a lottery ticket. So this time around, my channel will not be about beautiful destinations and travel adventures, but it is going to be about a broader adventure. I want to share with you all the most valuable things I've learned, whether it's in how to better deal with myself, with other people relationally, or simply how to deal with the challenges that life inevitably throws at all of us. And I want to utilize my insatiable hunger for learning and conquering little challenges or big challenges, albeit not enjoyable all the time in the moment. I want to synthesize those things so that I can lend a helping hand or a little spark of inspiration to anyone that might be looking for it. And most importantly, I want to bring, not just for this channel or for the viewership, but for myself, the sense of childlike wonder for experiencing life when we don't feel like getting back up, for in good and not so good times. I would like to live by this idea that we can always begin again. For those of you that are interested in more content, as this is my first video, there will be more to come weekly. I do have a podcast called Paths Back to You that I'll link in the description below if you want to give it a listen. It's available wherever you listen to your podcasts. And if you like the sound of all this, or if you used to watch my travel videos and you're back, click that subscribe button and leave a comment. I'm really curious to hear what is something, whether it's a quote or a book, a person, or an event, a friend, whatever it is, what is that one thing that has brought you back the spark and the excitement to begin again, to start something new, to have the fuel that propels you forward? Share that with me in the comment below, and I would love to hear from all of you. So until next time, adventure starts tomorrow.